Today is Friday, January the 22nd. I am your host, KC Phoenix, and this is my daily thought. I can't believe Friday's here. This week flew by. It really flew by. I'm really adjusting how quickly this week flew by. So here we are. And I'll do my best not to make this long, because I'll be honest with you. My sleep this morning, I did good when I fell asleep, but when I woke up earlier this morning than I normally wake up, and I was trying to go back to sleep, ooh, it got rocky. It got rocky. And it threw me for a loop. And then also I hadn't been eating like I was supposed to, so that played a role as well. Because sometimes I get caught up and I don't eat enough, which I don't know why that happens. I still don't. It's just I get sidetracked with other things, and I might just do 2 slices of bread and 2 slices of deli meat and call it a day. But I have to remember that basically I have to overeat because my metabolism is so high, which is a good thing. One reason is I drink a lot of water. Yesterday's daily thought, water, if you haven't listened to it, that was one of the things I mentioned. Water helps you lose weight because it speeds up your metabolism. But I drink a lot of water, so that's one reason my metabolism is high. And then the other reason is that I've always been thin for the most part. I did gain weight when I was eating fast food like crazy. And I was almost close to 200. My doctor said to me, because I had we took my weight, and then somehow it came up, but it wasn't where she looked at the scale and she was like, oh, you need to lose weight. No, somehow we were talking about something with with my health and everything. And then the weight came up. And then I was like, well, how is my weight? She said, well, you could lose a few pounds. And then after that, I cut out fast food. So I haven't had my head itching. I'm looking so forward to cutting it and washing it tomorrow. Cutting my hair and washing it tomorrow. But anyways, I had fast food probably once in 2020, if that, maybe. So yeah, I usually, and by fast food, I'm talking about McDonald's, Carl's Jr., Burger King, things of that nature is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the places I order from now. I don't consider that fast food. Those places are more, they have to put some work in to do it. So yeah, but now because I don't eat a whole lot, I just eat the requirement, then it can throw me off sometimes, because if I go a little bit below the requirement for one day or something like that, it can throw everything out of whack. And then it's like, and then I had been staying up this week watching Power, the book 2, Ghost, which I finished the final episode last night. And when I tell you, that was on point. The final episode was on point. So love that. I'm glad they're more than likely going to get a second season of that and stuff. But because my sleep was thrown off, I've been somewhat in zombie mode today. I got some food in my system. I overate during lunch to sort of catch up what was lost over these past few days with me slacking off on my eating. And here I am. So yeah. And that all this stuff has nothing to do with my daily thought. But this is why some people listen to this show, because I'm sure you enjoy my little stories. But anyways, yeah, let me go into my daily thought. It's not your job to punish people. And what I mean by that is it comes into judging, it comes into people who believe they have the moral high ground. And because they have the moral high ground, they sometimes feel it's their job to intervene, to do something, to block something, to, if there is a possible blessing on its way to someone. And you may feel like, oh, that person with their reputation, oh, that person with their beliefs, or oh, that person this and that. Oh, have you seen the way that person treats his mother? Have you seen the way that person treats his sister? Have you seen the way that person treats his father, his grandmother? No, that's coming in. Let me block that. Let me go ahead and give karma a day off today. Let me step in. That's what I'm talking about. It's not your job to punish people. It's not anyone's job to, I'm trying to get comfortable for those who are watching, but for those who are listening, you can't see me moving around in this chair the way I am because my foot is trying to get comfortable. But anyways, it's not anyone's job to make the decision. What people fail to realize when they look at someone else's life, they're still on the outside looking in. No matter what they may know about an individual's life, you're still on the outside looking in. You don't know anything that goes on behind the scenes. You might know tidbits, but you don't know everything. You don't know why they may act the way they do. Maybe they treat their cousin bad. I'll give you an example. The cousin I told you about, the one that told the lie on me. You know what the situation is, or part of it, because I told you. But let's say that you came into the situation seeing that I don't rock with that cousin like that. And then you're making an assumption that it's like, oh, wow, he's just mean to his cousin. His cousin seemed like such a cool person, and he's acting like a jerk to his cousin. But you don't know the background. But because you may feel that I'm acting like a jerk to my cousin, you may feel, oh, well, I would never treat my cousin like that. That's where people feel like they have the moral high ground. And then some people, and I'm not saying all people, but some people do this. Some people, where if they have the ability to come in and block someone's blessing, or attempt to block someone's blessing, because what's meant for someone is meant for someone, it'll eventually get to them. It may be delayed through the actions of others, but I'm sure it will eventually get to them if the universe wants them to have it. Nobody can stop that. So let's make that clear. But when someone decides, oh, well, I'm going to come in and block this because I have the power to block this, because I have the moral high ground here. This person is a jerk. This person is a piece of garbage. It's not your job to punish people. It's not anyone's job to judge. It just isn't. You're not in the position. One reason, and I was talking about on one of my episodes, opinions versus judging. And if you ever have time, listen to that episode. And the biggest thing on that, do you want to know why the Bible and other spiritual scriptures usually say that the source, God, Allah, whatever, is the one who does the judging? Because that's the one who sees and knows everything. They know 100% of the situation. The source, God, Allah, Goddess, the higher power, the one, whatever you want to call it. They know the situation 100%, between me and my cousin or one of my cousins, because I'm on good terms with most of my. It's just that particular one that told that lie about me. So yeah, and then my other cousin, I don't rock with her either, but that was a different situation. But for the most part with my cousins, we're cool. But anyways, but the one that told the lie on me, only God, the universe or whatever, only they know 100% of the situation. They know everything, every conversation connected to it. They know everything connected to that situation. And because they know everything connected to that situation, that's why they're the only one who can judge. If you're on the outside looking in, even if you had a friend or whatever that told you the whole rundown, you still don't have 100% you still don't have 100% because you're still on the outside looking in. You're still on the outside looking in. Do you know that even if it involved you, you're still on the outside looking in? Just like with me and my cousin, I don't rock with her, but if something came in front of me and I had the power to block it or do this or do that or to make my cousin's life more difficult, I wouldn't even do it. I just pretend my cousin doesn't exist. That's what I do. Because I don't know. I know what happened. I know what my cousin did. I know all the chaos that lie caused with all the other lies that were tied to that, because there were other things too that were tied to it. But I don't know why my cousin did what my cousin did. People say that my cousin is a compulsive liar. And my cousin just loves drama. So my cousin makes up stuff to have drama going. But even if that's the case where someone's a compulsive liar and they just make up stuff to have drama going, what was it that wired them that way? What was it that fixed their brain that way to think it was okay to move that way? I don't know. The universe and God knows, but I don't know. I just know the situation, and it concerns my cousin and I. But I still don't know 100% of everything. And that's why when it comes to judging something, you can always have an opinion. Just like always say, this show, all I'm doing is giving my opinion. That's all I do. But when it comes to judging, I don't have 100% of the information, so who am I to judge? And on top of that, who am I to take it a step further, where if I have the ability to make someone suffer or attempt to block their blessings or attempt to punish someone or attempt to do this or attempt to do that, how did I get that authority when I don't know 100% of any situation, even if it concerns me in the individual? Even if I feel I may have somewhat of the moral high ground based off of the interaction, who am I to take it upon myself to flat out punish someone for something? It's not your job. It's not my job. It's not anyone's job to punish anyone just because they feel they have the moral high ground, or just and when it comes to beliefs, or they were done wrong, or this or that. Because that's one thing I've noticed. It's like people feel like that moral high ground card, like, oh, well, I have the moral high ground, showing their card. This gives me the authority to do what I want to do to whatever individual I feel I have the moral high ground on. I can punish them any way I so choose because I have the moral high ground. It's not your job to punish people because you don't know 100% of the situation. You don't know what their background is, what they've been through, where they came from, what was going on during that particular moment. Things change. As our lives change, so do our needs. Maybe in that particular moment, they were that particular individual. And something changed later, or before it changed them into that individual who they became, where they did whatever they did. If there is some type of punishment to be dealt out, then let it be dealt out through karma. Like old girl said on Ice Cream Dreams, she does tarot card readings. She said karma is a silent and slow moving gangster. Let it be dealt out like that. Now, I'm not saying just be a doormat to people and let everyone walk all over you. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm talking about is that don't seek out to feel like you have to be the person that makes everything right all the time. And by make everything right, meaning you have to be the person that doles out punishment just because you have the ability to, just because you're the manager at the job and a girl that your cousin fell out with is applying at the company and you're one of the hiring managers. And then you're like, oh, I recognize that person. Oh no, we're not about to hire that person. It's not your job to punish someone. So that's how I look at that. And that is my daily thought. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. KIRWKC on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.com/KIRWKC. If you're watching this on YouTube or Daily Motion, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and then followed by the notification bell for YouTube. That will let you know when I upload new videos. The podcast is, of course, on the main podcasting platform, which is Anchor, but in addition to that, Spotify, Apple, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Pandora, yada, 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 and everything else. Thank you to everyone who has been just listening to the show. Again, I appreciate you. And tomorrow is sports news. So I'm looking to do a minimum of 2 stories tomorrow. That is my goal. And I'm hoping that I get, if you're listening to this today on Friday, send a little prayer or a request up to the universe. Say, Lord, please let KC get the sleep he needs so he can do 2 stories on the Keeping It Real with KC show, which will hopefully be done tomorrow, is my goal. Because I don't want to do it on Sunday. If I'm forced to do it on Sunday, I will. But my goal is to do it tomorrow. So yeah, thank you again to everyone. Until next time, be blessed.